got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots. I've got no
Miss, we decided
roots.
this type of
I've
song.
got no roots, but my home was never on
No,
the ground. I've got no
already
roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no
And
roots.
you heard
I've
Queen, naging
got
po naman.
no roots. I like standing still, but that's just
Hi guys, good afternoon. Okay, let me check if everyone's in na. Oh, okay, I think we can start na lang. Okay, I hope you're all doing well. This will be quick lang. Oh wait, how do I do this? Wait, I can't share screen. Can you see my screen? Oh wait, it's there na. It's there na
Yes,
pala.
miss, it's visible.
Oh yes, it's there na pala. Wait, someone chatted. Oh, yes, yes. It's okay if you could not turn on your camera. You can just chat na lang your thoughts. Okay, so let's start. So this module will be focusing on attitudes and behavior. In social psychology, attitudes are defined as to a person or an event. It is a favorable or unfavorable evolutive reaction towards someone or something, often rooted in one's beliefs and exhibited in one's feelings and intended behavior. So your answers to question like, what do you feel when you look at stray animals? How do you feel about politics? What are your preconceived notions about people and property? Are part of your own personal attitudes. So every attitude has three components that are represented what is called the ABC model of attitudes. I think you're I think all of you has an idea naman about this. So let's go and discuss this. So A stands for affective, B for behavioral, and C for cognitive. Let's dig deeper into it. So the affective component refers to the emotional reaction one has toward an attitude object. For example, the seeing a video of a lost cat or dog reunited with its owner on Facebook make you feel very happy and sad because when I was younger, not that really affected whenever I see posts like that. However, one time I noticed that I am very sensitive to social media content relating to animals to the point that I cried gidya or laugh out loud all by myself. Is it just me? Please tell me if it's just me or you know. Okay, so let's move
No,
on.
miss. I feel you, miss.
You're not alone,
Okay.
miss.
Okay, so let's move on to the behavioral component. It refers to the way one behaves when exposed to an attitude object or the way the attitude we have influence how we act or behave. Can someone give an example? Okay. So we have here. I will avoid cockroaches and I will panic if I see one. Oh gosh, do you know why you're scared in cockroaches? Okay. You don't know why. So we'll talk about it later. So, in the cognitive component, we form thoughts and beliefs towards the object. For example, I believe cockroaches can spread diseases. I think that's your reason. You're very scared of cockroaches, you know. So, however, surprisingly, studies have shown that people express attitudes hardly predicted their varying behaviors. For example, students who claim to have a negative attitude towards cheating still had the same likelihood of actually cheating as those who were more neutral about the topic. So I think another example can be given by someone from the group, I guess. Oh yes, I agree with that. You know, guys, I have this friend that she really advocates time management and productivity, Gidya, but unfortunately, that person constantly fails to be productive every day. So, yes, yeah. So, Isn't it contradicting, right? Can someone from the group add or say anything? Um, none. So I'm just gonna pick na lang. Uh, Diana. Diana, can you add something?
Yes, miss, that's contradicting. I don't know why my throat is so itchy. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, the disjuncture between attitudes and actions appearing moral while avoiding the cost of being so is called moral hypocrisy. So basically, these are people who explicitly endorse a moral standard and yet behave in violation of it. Oh, I know a lot of people like this saying ganito ganyan, save Mother Earth, save the turtles, but they are actually the ones that use plastics and straws and literally litter them anywhere. Another example is in your group of friends, there will be that friend of yours that keeps on backstabbing someone and saying he or she hates that person, but then you saw him or her hanging out together with one that she was backstabbing to. Gosh, those people. Ugh. Okay, moving on. Cognitive dissonance. We feel tension or dissonance when two or our thoughts or beliefs or cognitions are inconsistent. So this refers to the mental conflict that occurs when a person's behavior and beliefs do not align. Lay and Festinger argued that to reduce the unpleasant arousal, we often adjust our thinking. Oh my god, guys, wait lang din ha. Chewy! Chewy! Oh my god, guys, I'm so sorry. My dogs are too loud. So going back, ah, yes. Lay and Festinger argued that to reduce this unpleasant arousal, we often adjust our thinking, so in order not to be burdened by our choice, we tend to justify these actions. Let's say, for example, you are torn between buying clothes from the mall because it was on sale, or to save up in order to buy the gaming stuff that you really wanted. And so you choose to buy clothes. And in order not to be burdened by the choice you make, you justify it by saying that kis-alang man ang sale, so mas better i-grab ang opportunity. Besides, ang gaming stuff ara lang man nada. And lastly, the selective exposure. This is the tendency to seek information in media that agree with one's view and to avoid dissonant information. These individuals are more likely to read, listen, or view a piece of info that supports their opinions. Example of these are those people who are anti-vax. They're only reading or watching videos that came from unreliable sources like Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok. These people will tend to look for information in a certain group who also don't believe in vaccines. This is also the same with those people who are DDS or Marcos apologists. Oh, wait, guys. Have you already registered in the Comelec? Oh, please do so. Okay, going back, people who are DDS or Marcos apologists, they are ignoring valid resources, or rather, they don't want to be educated by the facts that are coming from reliable resources. They're only interested primarily in believing what they want to believe. I hope you guys are not like them. Um, so, how is there anyone from the group that would like to start so that we can end early?
Yes, miss. So going over to the second part of our discussion. Oh my gosh, guys. It's already getting late, so we will just go over this really quickly. It's because okay. So going over to the second part of our discussion is the predictability of attitude on behavior. So our behavior and our expressed attitudes differ, but our attitudes can predict our behavior when other influences on what we say and do are minimal. The attitude is specific to the behavior, and lastly, the attitude is potent. So let's go over to the principle of aggregation. The principle of aggregation is the effects of an attitude become more apparent when we look at a person's aggregate or average behavior instead of isolated acts. Aggregation is the process of adding up or averaging several single observations, resulting in a better, more reliable measure of a personality trait than a single observation of behavior. So you could just say that combining or clustering of data can be able to help you conclude more findings or have results that you otherwise couldn't have expected. In other words, to include the significant or isolated data to the study, despite it being an outlier, could potentially yield differing results. Oh, I see someone in the chat box saying that Is this one of the reason why we have multiple personality traits that are in depth rather than the old big five ocean personality? And because psychologists were able to observe a lot more behaviors and then included more personalities. I will just look it up, guys, and that is a very interesting insight. Thank you very much for sharing that. So this will be all, class, and the next discussion that we'll be tackling is the theory of planned behavior on our next discussion. So thank you guys very much and stay safe.
Hey guys, so we're gonna start our discussion. Where did we stop again last time? I kind of forgot if it was with you or with the other class where we talked about the predictability of attitude on behavior. But anyways, so I know that the weather's been like super rainy today, so it's okay. I will check attendance na lang for this meeting. So yeah, no worries. So uh just correct me if I'm wrong na lang, but I think we're talking about the theory of planned behavior. So just to check if you guys are really listening to our last class, could you remind me what the predictability of attitude on behavior was again? Group 7, I think you're assigned today. So if you could just chat na lang what you remember about that concept. Okay, we have some chats. So it says here, Kayla said, it explains our behavior is different from our attitudes. Yes, that's right. And Raphael said, our attitudes can only predict behavior in certain specific scenarios. Yay, you're both right. Thank you very much for making me feel like I'm not just talking to a wall. So, okay, the theory of planned behavior, on the other hand, it actually helps people understand how the behavior can change. So, this is a widely applied behavioral model which basically predicts deliberate behavior. And from this, there are actually a lot of experiments that have revealed that prompting new intentions influences us to new behavior. So, I'm just gonna give an example so it's not confusing. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry, class. Wait, my mom's talking to me about a Shopee delivery. Wait lang. Sorry. Wait. Really quickly.
Okay, miss.
Okay, it wasn't mine. Phew. Thank gosh. So, where was I? Okay, so we were going to the example. So, in the example, Georgia asked her group if they still floss their teeth. But the responses that she got from there wasn't actually uh, like understandable because her friends actually did it, but they were embarrassed to say so. So she asked them again after 2 weeks if they did floss, and they were a lot more confident in saying that yes, they floss. So because she asked them that question, the concept of flossing was actually brought to their attention, and as a result, that led to them actually developing the habit of flossing their teeth. So, from this, we can say that specific, relevant attitudes can predict actual behavior. So, can someone else from the group give me another example, please? Oh, oh my gosh, you guys still remember this story? I told you this in like your first year pa. I'll just read it. Oh my gosh. You getting your first sweldo. And then there's a salesman trying to sell you a chandelier through changing your attitude about the product. Oh my gosh, you guys still remember this? Oh, I have to be careful with what I say to you guys. You seem to have like a really good memory. So, going back to our topic, I guess the bottom line here is that to change habits through persuasion, we must alter people's attitudes towards specific practices. Okay, so there's a familiar social experiment next, so let's talk about that now.
So before I will be we will be now discussing about role playing and the Stanford Prison experiment. So before anything else, is anyone familiar with with the role playing? If you don't want to speak, you can just type your answers or your messages in the chat box, and I will just read it later na lang sa class since we're using Google Meets and I can see the screen. Yes, so let's just proceed na lang. So, what is role playing? In psychology and education, role playing is an educational tool that is used to visualize and practice different ways of handling a situation. In this method, each participant takes a role or persona and acts and reacts to situations and other participants in the exercise. This can be used as a means of illustrating or rehearsing behaviors so that the participants can learn new behaviors or alternative behaviors. So role playing basically means that you are um, expected to act or portray um, a a specific in a specific way depend in which depending on the role that you were given. So, for example, you are a student who is a transferee, and in your last school you were bullied, so you wanted to not to stand up for yourself, and that so you decided that you will try to act like one of the cool kids. I'm not sure if there are IS people here, but I think in the IS, yes, in the integrated in the IS, there was actually I could remember there was actually one student who was bullied in his previous school. Then when he went, then when he transferred, he was like he went with a group, and his groups were all bad influence, and they were all mean. So basically, when the time passed, being mean came naturally to him, and he didn't even have to pretend. So that is role playing. Um, because when you start acting in a specific way, in a certain way, when you get used to it, you don't have to act because you're taking it like as your personality na lang gid. So let's proceed to the next part, which is Stanford Prison Experiment. So is anyone familiar with the Stanford Prison Experiment? Oh yes, I can see Michael raising his thumbs up. And okay, so you said that you had this with Miss Lizzo last year. Am I right? Oh yes. So what is since you have discussed and since most of you know about the Stanford Prison Experiment, I will just touch the basics of this experiment. So, what is the Stanford Prison Experiment? It was a study in social psychology in which
Guys, nadula
Oh,
si
Miss, I
Miss.
think your
Chat niyo
screen.
si Miss, guys.
Hello,
Miss?
Wait,
Miss.
nadula si Miss.
Hi, Arnasa.
Oh, there you go.
oh,
Hi,
I'm so
Miss.
sorry, guys. I just got disconnected. I don't know what's wrong with my internet connection. It's been acting up since this morning. I will just start screen sharing
It's
na
okay,
lang.
Miss.
Gosh, wait. Please tell me if you can see my screen again.
Wala pa, Miss.
Okay, wait. It's loading. Can you see my screen na?
Yes, yes.
Yes, Miss. It's there
Alright
now.
na, Miss.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what's
Yes,
wrong with
Miss.
my connection. I will just check up on that after the class. So never mind. Going back to what I was saying, the Stanford Prison Experiment was a study in social psychology in which college students became prisoners or guards in a simulated prison environment. And the experiment was commenced on August 14 of 1971 and terminated 6 days after August 20, 1971. The experiment didn't actually last the amount of the didn't actually reach the time that it was supposed to last, since there were actually aftermaths and unforeseen um unforeseen unforeseen effects of the experiment, which we will discuss later. So who for the who the proponent of the experiment was Mr. Philip Zimbardo. It was also participated by 24 males who are said to be mentally, emotionally, and physically healthy. Furthermore, they were divided into two groups. which are 12 males, play the role of prisoner and the other 12 served as prison guards. Just additional information, um, the participants were assigned the roles through Toincos. So the experiment was conducted in the basement of Jordan Hall at Stanford University in California, wherein the said basement was transformed into a mock prison. Imagine, guys, staying in a place where it is really like literally like a prison cell where you have to act as a prisoner and there and guards. Oh my gosh, I can't really imagine myself in that. So the purpose next, okay, the purpose of the experiment was to measure the effects of role playing, labeling, and social expectations and behavioral changes of healthy and normal males. So that was actually all for the basic of the Stanford Prison Experiment, and I think I'm still lagging, so I'll just go check up on my internet connection na lang, and we'll have a short break na lang so you can go grab something to eat or go to the CR. So yes, okay, let's go.
Alright, guys. So, hi everyone. To continue the discussion of the Stanford Prison Experiment, today I will be discussing the aftermath of the Stanford Prison Experiment. And, guys, if it's okay with you, I will eat a little because I'm actually famished since I just came from my graduate school class. So, excuse me, guys. Wait a minute.
Eat well, miss.
Eat well, miss. Okay lang.
All right, so thank you for your consideration, guys. I'm sorry for the inconvenience once again. Okay, so to make things fast, first and foremost, the experiment was aimed to last for about 14 days or 2 weeks, but since everything turned for the worst, no, it only lasted for 6 days to protect the sanity of the participants, especially those who acted as prisoners. Okay, so furthermore, the Stanford prison experiment also has a reputation for its unethical nature. Specifically, the participants weren't desensitized after the experiment, which can actually be lethal to them since it can cause a mental illness, since the effects weren't reversed, no? And overall, it also deprived the participants in withdrawing their participation, which is a no in experiments or researches, especially when the subject is a humans, because um, when you were in experimental psychology, do you remember you were taught about research ethics with Miss Lizo? Okay, since I see a nod from Hannah, I assume that you've been taught by Miss Lizo thoroughly. Okay, let's proceed, guys. So, yun no, it's great that they've established research ethics, ganito ganyan, for the welfare of the participants. So, guys, kindly chat in the chat box or give me a thumbs up if you agree with the provisions of research ethics. All right, I see responses here. Okay, since unanimously of you agree with putting research ethics, you're on the right track, guys. Thank you. Okay, the experiment also revealed how people will readily conform to the social roles they are expected to play. And according to the American Psychological Association, they stated also that good people can be transformed into perpetrators of evil, and healthy people can begin to experience pathological reactions. And as I have shared with all of you last time, we humans are capable of doing evil no matter how kind or well raised we are, since we have that predisposition to act such way, especially when we are told by authority or if the role given to us is extremely stereotyped, etc. So, yun, no? It is all up to our super ego and ego to temper that predisposition. So, that's it for me, guys. And if you look at the time, it's already 8:14 p.m. Oh my gosh. We're 14 minutes over time. So, we will continue with Evil Acts next meeting. And that's it, guys. I hope you'll eat well later. Stay safe. Thank you, everyone.
Guys, can you hear me? Everyone, can you
Yes,
hear
Yes,
me?
miss.
miss.
Yes,
Yes,
miss.
miss.
Thank you, guys. What about my screen? Can you see my screen?
It's
Yes.
visible,
Am I sharing
miss.
Yes,
now?
See,
miss.
miss.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
miss.
Thank you so much. I'm so sorry,
Where
but I'm
are you,
kind of busy
miss?
lately. Oh, I'm actually not home right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's why I'm kahapo ko, guys, Madge. Anyway, let's start now with our class. So, on evil acts. So, evil sometimes results from gradually escalating commitments. So, I have a question for you guys. Have you already told a lie? Of course you did. Who hasn't? I'm not gonna believe you if you tell me you haven't told a lie. That's lying already. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. So yeah, about lies. So you know how sometimes people try to justify their lies, when they say now, oh, it's okay lang because it's a white lie naman. It's for the good of this and that. But what people don't understand is when a lie is still a lie, diba? So it's still wrong. And once you start doing it, it will be hard, of course, in the first time. But then the more you do it, it will become easier and easier until such time it becomes when it's no longer a challenge na ba? Do you get my point? So over here, a trifling evil act erodes one's moral sensitivity. So this is what I'm talking about here. Once you do something wrong, you kind of open that door na, and once that door is open, it's really really hard to close. Like when you open Shopee and then you see all these products, like, oh my gosh, it's so nice. Oh, here's another one and I like this too, diba? So it's kind of ganyan din when you do something wrong. Okay, so the next one here is one wrong yet simple act can easily lead to serious and major ones. So does anyone recognize this line? It's actually from the Hamilton Broadway musical. Have you guys heard about that? Okay, never mind. So I wish I could say that was the last time. I said that last time it became a pastime. So um it's it kind of explains what I've been saying earlier. Like sometimes you are aware that what you're doing is wrong, but because the fact that you got away with it the first time, it kind of gives you that rush that the more I do it, oh, maybe I can still get away with it the next time I do it, and then you just keep on doing it na lang until wala na yung moral sensitivity mo. Okay, so harmful acts shape the self, but so thankfully do moral acts. Okay, so you have a chance naman to redeem yourself, even though yes, it's true that when you do something wrong, once you start doing something wrong, and then the more you do it, syempre, diba? That's what I've been saying. Nawala na yung moral sensitivity mo, but it goes the same way naman with doing something good. The more you do something good, I think it builds your character. Diba? Diba, guys? When there's a rush when you do something wrong and you can get away with it, there's also that same rush when you do something good. Diba, guys? Have you guys felt that? Like, when you help someone and then you instantly feel good. Have you guys felt that? Can you chat sa chat box? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I know. It feels good, Gidyo, when you can help someone, diba? It's actually in I think module 5. I'm not sure. I already forgot. But you'll have an assignment about thoughts on helping. You guys check it out na lang sa Canvas. When you have the time. Okay, so that's it for today. Did you guys like our lesson? Did you guys enjoy, man?
Super, miss.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
miss.
Wow. Well, that makes me so happy. Okay, so just to remind you guys, we have an LE where you guys are gonna choose whether to yeah, you guys go check it out na lang sa Canvas because my internet's very laggy right now. So yeah, that's it. So thank you so much for coming in today. You've been so um yeah, you've been so participative. Oh, someone's chatting here. Okay, that's fine. Okay lang. Okay lang na siya. I don't mind naman. Okay, so thank you so much guys. I hope you're all doing well. See you next time na lang. Bye.
Bye,
Thank
Miss.
you.
Thank
Bye,
Bye,
you.
miss.
miss.
Thank
Miss.
Bye.
you.
Bye, miss.
Bye.
1, 2, 3, go.
Hi, miss.
Char lang, miss. Okay, miss.
Joke lang, miss.
Obvious man ko na miss no ka impersonate ka namon. But we do hope that you enjoyed our impersonation of you.
And Chakto to miss no. I hope wala mo to miss gin wala mo to miss gin dibdib miss. I hope gin take mo siya lightheartedly because this is just for our small learning tasks obviously.
Mm-mm. Yes, miss. Actually, I hope you don't think na ginama ka naman, miss. Actually, we chose to act like this because amon ni amon mga nanamian si mo, and it makes our classes more enjoyable, bla miss out. That's why we chose na lang to do it, to present our work by doing this. So yeah.
Yes, miss. And if you heard tigin, naging kwa namon si Chewie. So, sorry, dedos pula na sa suwong. Ipalik ko sa namon. Ng tomorrow, guro ah.
Okay.
So, miss, we decided this type of step or someone yun again actually. Five project na gini 10 or 10 out of 10 ang amon nga impersonation. We chose this, miss, is because we can kind of relate to you, miss. Oh, your roles on but very much.
True. Actually, bala miss, ang lag daw gadugang na sa immersion. Daw aragid kami sa sa klase, char. True. So, awan na miss, tani di ka lamang minus points sa awan miss. We love you. Thank you, tani may na learn ka man. Sige.
Thank you, ma'am.
1, 2, 3.
Bye.
Bye.